What's up, Internet? This is Josh Fossgreen. I want to talk to you some more about life on the ship, and this time address more specifically what it's like for me to live here, considering the various bizarrities of my lifestyle. So, four things come to mind. Food. I eat a low-fat, raw vegan diet. If you don't know what that is, check out this article. Bing! That I just wrote, and check out the resources at the bottom of that article. There are some very good ones there if you want to learn more about the lifestyle. So, eating this diet on the ship is difficult. I don't recommend it if you are a beginner at eating a low-fat raw vegan diet. I am like level 3 wizard apprentice raw vegan, so I can handle it. But if you're like level 1 unskilled barbarian, don't try it. Stay at home where the food's organic. But here, wizard apprentice, I can handle it. I don't know who gives out these classifications. I've just made them up. I'll make a certificate or something, I guess. Anyway, so so yeah, it's hard to get enough food here sometimes. That's the big thing. Actually, two main issues: quality, quantity. Quality, a lot of times fruit sucks here. I get mushy apples. I don't even like apples, but I eat them here because, sometimes I have apples or nothing, and I prefer apples. Bing! Yeah, quality not always good, and included in quality for me is variety. I basically have apples, oranges, and bananas are my mainstays on board. Really, apples and bananas, and grapes. And sometimes, like just before making this video, I was up on the pool deck having lunch up there, and since that's a passenger area, they have nicer fruit, of course. So I had some melon and nectarine, and it was okay. I'm a fruit connoisseur. I'm very spoiled with my Northern California fruit, so I'm doing my best to stay appreciative here and not complain too much. Let's see. So, quality is an issue on board. Off the ship, quality usually not an issue. It's a Mediterranean climate zone here, just like in California, so I've been pounding down peaches and nectarines when I have the opportunity. I've had some really good figs. Barcelona was my favorite fig spot. They've got this amazing produce market there. Barcelona, so cool. Go there. Anyway, so that's quality. Quantity, probably the bigger issue is quantity, because I typically eat at home, typically 3,500 calories minimum, 5,000 maximum usually, depending on my activity level and how much I feel like eating. I certainly never say, okay, this is how much you have to eat and eat 3,500 calories. I just eat when I'm hungry and I stop eating when I'm not hungry, and that's how much it usually is. So here, some days I do eat that much. For example, right now I have a big drawer full of bananas. Don't tell anyone. So I'll be having had a nice big breakfast, a nice big lunch, and I'll be having a nice big dinner. Thank you very much. However, there have been days where I've literally eaten about 500 calories, and that sucks. It's really a testament to my general happiness level that I can stay relatively upbeat on a day where I've had less than 20% of the amount of food I want to eat. Because it's just so much easier to be stoked about life with a belly full of bananas. So, quality and quantity are both issues with food. Also, on the quality side, I forgot to mention, nothing is organic. I don't know if they know what organic means here. They're not into it, I can tell you that. So, yeah, that's food. Water! This was a big issue to start with because I was drinking tap water because I'm so used to avoiding bottled water. However, I realized that there's an immense amount of chlorine in the water on this ship. Just, like, ridiculous. And I was drinking it. So, I've switched to this bottled, non-carbonated mineral water. Lesser of two evils, definitely. There may be some added sodium chloride to it, which doesn't excite me, to say the least. But I've been drinking it, staying hydrated, and I'm feeling okay. And obviously not looking super puffy and bloated, so there can't be that much salt in it. So water's not so bad. And I've actually been using this to shower with, just kind of doing this with the cap off.
Natural light.
This is my room that I'm in here, and this is my bed. You can get a view of it, and also kind of give you a view of the rest of the room. As you can see, there is no window in here. I wasn't told there would be a window, so I'm not surprised, but come on. A man needs a window. And I don't have one, so I am sleeping with no natural light and spending a lot of time without natural light. But more importantly, when I wake up in the morning, there's no sunlight to say, hey, Josh, it's morning. Basically, it's an intellectual exercise, which is conducted with different levels of success depending on how sleepy I am. But basically, I wake up and say, okay, Josh, I know it doesn't look like it, but it's morning, so let's do the waking up thing. And I'm like, okay. And eventually, my body figures it out, like, oh, I guess it's morning. But I really believe that waking up should be effortless, and your body should just get its cue from the sun to wake up and then do its thing. That doesn't mean it can't be cloudy, but because you're still receiving UV rays and stuff. As long as you're, freaking outside or have a window or something.
Air.
So, this is where I get my air, up here. That's the god of air for this room. And the air quality, obviously, is not as good. I'm lucky to live in Sonoma County in Northern California, where the air is generally really delicious, especially compared to when I go down to LA and hang out, even in on the beach in Venice and Santa Monica. The air is just not quite as good as it is up in NorCal.
Represent.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry if this offends anyone. I don't think it does. It's just like I'm a monster or something.
Rawr.
Anyway, so the air, I'm breathing recycled air most of the day. Probably really low negative ion count and high man-made chemical load compared to the air I breathe at home. So I think that factors into my sleep quality as well and just general oxygenated, juicy, full of life feeling. Nature's got the air thing figured out, and here on the cruise ship, I don't think we do. Although we are all alive, I will give them credit for that. In summary, that's some of the lifestyle stuff that's changed a lot for me, and I'm certainly finding ways to deal with it. And it's not keeping me from enjoying the fact that I get to play 3 shows every day for 5 months. How cool is that? Plus all the time I get to spend meeting new people, traveling the freaking world, and practicing my bass and stuff. It's pretty killer. So until next time, ciao!